research. In this session, we are going to discuss about the requirement of linear programming problem. Linear programming is a mathematical method used to determine the best possible outcome in a given mathematical model whose requirements are represented by linear relationships. It is widely used in various fields such as economics, engineering, military, transportation, manufacturing, and many others to optimize a particular objective function. In the previous session, we have discussed about the applications of linear programming. We have also discussed about what is objective function. The basic requirements of a linear programming problem are as follows. The first is objective function. Definition: the objective function is a linear function that needs to be maximized or minimized. It represents the goal of the linear programming problem, such as maximizing profit or minimizing cost. So general objective of operation research linear programming problem is going to be either maximize the profit or minimize the cost incurred by the company. The objective function is usually represented as z. So this is a symbol used for objective function, and it will be written as c1x1 plus c2x2 plus n number of terms up to cn xn, where c1, c2 up to cn are coefficients. So these are the coefficients, as you can see. They can hold some numbers, for example 3, minus 5, 2, something of that sort. So it will be a number, and x1, x2 up to xn are going to be the decision variables. So once you get the value of the x terms, you will substitute and get the value of z. If it is a problem of maximization, then we will choose the maximum value of z, and if it is minimization type of problem, we will choose the minimum value of z. Also, you need to note that we will have various combinations of these decision variable. For example, you can have x1, x2 as a particular number, say 5, 4. You can have x1, x2 again as say 7, 8. You can have x1, x2 as say 2, 1. Some numbers, it will be found, and amongst this, whichever value you substitute and you fulfill the objective function of maximization or minimization type, accordingly you are going to choose the answer. The next is decision variables. Definition: these are the variables that decision makers will decide the values of in order to achieve the best outcome as defined by the objective function. Form typically represented by x1, x2 up to xn. So these will decide the value of your z objective function. Next is constraints. This is another requirement for defining a linear programming problem. Definition: constraints are linear inequalities or equations that represent the limitations or requirements of the problem. They restrict the values that the decision variables can take. So as I was telling you that x1 and x2 will have various values, but obviously there has to be some restriction on them. Otherwise they can take just any random value in the universe, which is not correct. So there has to be a particular limitation to these values. Form: constraints are usually expressed in the form of linear inequalities. Example: you can have a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus n number of terms up to a and xn, and this will be say less than equal to b. So this is a form of inequality because you have taken not equal sign over here. And if you are talking about equalities, this equation will now be equal to b. You can see here it is equality because we have used the equal to sign. So you can have constraints not only in the form of less than equal to, you may also have in the form of greater than equal to. When we say it is less than equal to b, it means that this left hand side is lesser and this is greater. To make this equal, you will have to add something to the left hand side. Suppose if I say that this term a1 x1 plus a2 x2 up to n number of terms, say it is greater than equal to b, it means The left hand side is greater as compared to the right hand side. So we need to subtract something from here so that the two become equal. The next one is non-negativity restriction. Definition: the decision variables must be non-negative. The decision variables as in x1, x2, x3 up to xn, those all values should be non-negative, meaning they cannot take negative values. This is a common requirement in many practical problems where negative quantities do not make sense. Example, production quantity. Suppose if you are producing x1, x2, x3, x4, these are the products that you are producing. They cannot be negative. They have to be positive. Allocation of resources. If you are similarly allocating resources, they cannot take negative values. They have to be positive. So this non-negativity restriction is extremely and highly important, and you have to remember that the form will always be xi will be greater than equal to 0 for all values of I, which means x1, x2, I is this value. So x1, x2, x3 up to a number of terms that you have, they will all be positive. They cannot be negative. Formulating a linear programming problem. To formulate an LPP, follow these steps. The first is define the decision variables. Clearly identify what each variable represents, which means this x1, x2, x3, you need to figure out that in a particular problem, what is the meaning of these decision variables, and you need to define them. Next is formulate the objective function. Express the goal of the problem as a linear function of the decision variables, which means you will have to write z in the form of c1 x1 plus c2 x2 up to cn xn. Here you have already decided what are your decision variables. Establish the constraints as we were discussing, a1 x1 plus a2 x2 up to a number of terms. Say it is less than equal to or greater than equal to b, or it could be equal to b also. It depends. List all the limitations or requirements of the problem as linear inequalities or equalities. Last is include non-negativity restriction. Ensure all decision variables are constrained to be non-negative. This is highly important. I cannot stress how important is this, because this will show that the allocation of the decision variable and the resources or whatever it is are not negative and they are positive. Now let's take an example. Suppose a company produces two products A and B. Each product requires a certain amount of resources and the company wants to maximize its profit. The formulation might look like this. Decision variables: x1 is the number of units of product A, x2 is number of units of product B. Objective function: maximize profit. Z is equal to 40x1 plus 50x2, where 40 and 50 are the profits per unit of products A and B respectively. So this data has to be given to you so that you are able to formulate the objective function. Constraints: resource 1, 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 100. This is the availability of resource 1. So maximum available is 100. Similarly for resource 2, 4x1 plus x2 is less than equal to 80. Availability of resource 2, maximum is 80. Non-negativity restrictions. x1 and x2 will be greater than equal to 0. This is highly important. This structured approach ensures a clear and solvable linear programming problem. So that's how you formulate an LPP. So here I have just explained you how you formulate. In the next session, we will take up some numericals and we will see how to formulate an LPP. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the requirements of a linear programming problem. If you have any doubt, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.